Farah Nodiana binti Muhammad Salim Mazuki, and I am from MBA 1115J, and my ID student is 2018231674, and we are here to present about the impacts of COVID-19 in the tertiary sector. Coronavirus disease, or well known as COVID-19, is a transmissible illness that was caused by a coronavirus. It was first reported at Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China on 12 December 2019. And then, the virus was spread all around the world, including Singapore, USA, Italy, Taiwan, and Malaysia as well. First case of COVID-19 was first traced in Malaysia is on 25th January 2020. There are 3 Chinese locals who had a close contact with an infected person from Singapore, and they were quarantined and get treated at Hospital Sungai Buloh, Selangor, Malaysia. And subsequently, the first confirmed case of COVID-19 is on 4 of February 2020. According to Ella Van Loo, who is the director of International Labour Organization, she stated that the health workers and public emergency services in transport and food supply provide essential service while being exposed to the infection. Besides that, she also stated that economic sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, and the cultural sectors were highly affected by the pandemic of COVID-19. There are so many economic sectors that were affected by the pandemic of COVID-19 in the tertiary sector, but however, in this video, we only choose 3 economic sectors that were affected in the tertiary sectors in Malaysia, which are education sectors, financial institution, as well as airlines industries.
The COVID-19 outbreak has impacted all styles of businesses and various kinds of industry. The higher education sector also not affected by being affected by a pandemic of COVID-19. Across the world, lecturers and students need to move the learning process to the online distancing learning, where the lecturer and student have no chance to interact with each other in face-to-face interaction. The most negatively affected by a pandemic of COVID-19 is the student itself. It is because their quality of teaching will be compromised, and as a student, they are no longer enjoy the interaction in a lecture halls and a tutorials room. Students also are exposed to a mental stress and a financial concern. It is because they need to subscribe a better internet plan to minimize a disruption during online classes. The next impact of COVID-19 is on the employees in the tertiary education sector. Lecturers and teachers need to learn to be comfortable with online teaching, and they also need to navigate technical challenges of online classes to minimize the disruption during learning process. The employees also exposed to the mental stress because they need to marking online tests, quizzes, and assessments of their students. They also need to be more responsive to the students' queries about the online tests or assessment to ensure the student did not misunderstanding about their task during the online learning process. Lastly, the impact of COVID-19 is a financial pressure on university. Like any other businesses and industry, college and university also facing a financial pressure due to the NCO movement control order. A higher education sector such as a private university cannot enroll a foreign student, and this factor has put a further strain on the cash flow of the institution. To overcome this issue, the government of Malaysia has give an assistance to all the students, which is Bantuan Pendidikan Pelajar IPT amounted RM200 Malaysia to cover the expenses of subscribing the internet plan for online learning that was using the accessibility of the network and line of the internet.
My name is Aida Farhana Afifa binti Muhammad Nazir from MBA 115J. My method number is 2018-678-374. I will present the effect of COVID-19 on financial institutions. During this pandemic, the Malaysia economy was slowed down due to the Movement Control Order (MCO), and it also affected financial institutions on the bank capital, bank liquidity, and bank provision. Firstly, the impact on bank capital. The prolonged recession will potentially have a significant impact on the resources of a financial institution as to its profitability and asset quality decline. However, a loan moratorium would help to recover financial institutions. This package provides some relief to individuals and businesses who face temporary financial constraints arising from COVID-19 pandemic, so they have enough time to pay their loan back. Secondly, the impact on liquidity. As a result of Bank Negara Malaysia's loan moratorium, the financial institution will likely face liquidity crunch in the near future with significant reduction in cash inflow and liquidity drying up in the money market. However, the minimum regulatory standards for both liquidity coverage ratio and net stable funding ratio have been relaxed by Bank Negara Malaysia, where financial institutions are to help continue lending during this difficult time while retaining liquidity needs. Bank Negara Malaysia also taken preemptive steps to increase the liquidity. Lastly, the impact on bank provision. With the publication published by International Financial Reporting Standard, Malaysian Accounting Standard Boards, and the guideline given by Bank Negara Malaysia, the main criterion for assessing whether there is a rise in credit risk are loan or financing under the moratorium. The provision is estimated under IFRS 9 to counter the project loss that will incur in the next 12 months and to reflect the current economic situation. There were several key focus areas that banks shall consider, including the staging criteria, probability-weighted outcome, and forward-looking model. That's all from me, and I will pass to another presenter. Thank you.
And Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shafira binti Muhammad Isa. Today I will present about impact of COVID-19 on Malaysia airline industry. Okay, firstly, since MCO Movement Control Order on 18 March, airlines company nationwide has been forced to halt their operation because COVID-19 has spread all around the world. Therefore, Malaysia-based airline has incurred losses, which is 10.9 billion from Malaysia-based airlines such as AirAsia and Malindo, and another 2.1 billion from Malaysia operator, including Malaysia Airport Holding Berhad (MAHB) and Senai Airport Holding. Secondly, how to overcome the impact of COVID-19 on Malaysia Airlines industry. Moreover, AirAsia Group Berhad said it has applied for bank loans, intends to raise up 2.4 billion to ease their tight cash flow. AirAsia adds, on the other hand, restructuring plan by wiping out 63.5 million worth of debt and slashing its share capital by 90% in order to save their business. Last but not least, the government initiative is introduced 2020 economic stimulus package. Throughout the stimulus package, RM500 million is allocated to provide temporary 15% discount on electricity. Thank you, that's all from me.
Challenges of the pandemic of COVID-19 really put a heavy burden towards society economically and socially, such as towards small businesses and towards lower level income family. Thus, we hope with the initiatives of economic sectors, especially in tertiary sectors such as hospitals, restaurants, hotels, airline industries and schools, will improve the Malaysian economy. Thank you so much for listening to us.